Hi guys, never a dull moment around this house.
Always busy.
Always something going on for sure. So this video is to wrap up, finally.
Finally.
It's taken a long time to get to this point. Our drainage plan and execution. You guys know very well, I'm very much concerned about all this tropical rain and where the water that hits your property, where is it going to go? And you guys all know that I'm very happy with 90% of it. Just down at the end of the property, I wasn't satisfied. So basically just came up with a new plan, bought the materials, and just waited for having labor to get it accomplished. And it's not just having the labor. Once the person gets here, making sure that they're doing what I want.
Yes.
So I have to spend time with them. You know, the sun is beating down on you. You know, I haven't been feeling well. I think I lost a couple of kilos.
Or more than that.
Yeah, I guess. So, you know, trying to do everything else. You know, we had the solar going in. We have prints. You know, just with everything going back and forth. It feels like I'm back to work again.
Yeah, it's no end.
Yeah, it's just no end to it at all. So the good news is it took E-Cook 3 days, and all the projects, let's call it the outstanding projects, and some additional ones as well, he was able to complete, like going around the perimeter of our property outside the walls and you know, cutting back all the vegetation. You'd be surprised how the jungle tries to grow up the sides of your concrete wall.
Yeah, they start climbing up.
Yeah, so we was able to go back there, got that all cleaned up on 3 sides, you know, pushed back everything, so we should be good to go there. There was a couple painting projects that he did for us, so we're complete.
Yes, finally.
We're calling the control of our water here on the property complete. And this video is going to concentrate on that. But before we get out there, pretty exciting about our solar.
Very excited.
Completely installed, 100%. It's been operational for 2 days now, so 48 hours. We're going to now start working on that video. Haven't had a chance to do any video at all, other than a couple quick shots, which I probably won't even use because I was sick when I was doing it and I wasn't even really talking much. So pretty amazing, this system. Very pleased with it. We've been on it for 48 hours, and with the sun and with the battery, we have not switched over to the electric company once.
No.
In 48 hours. In fact, our battery, when the sun goes down, is always at 100%. Heck, our battery's at 100% before noon, usually before 11 o'clock in the morning. The battery's topped off at 100%. And then it just remains at 100%. And then you know, I was telling Wilma yesterday, let's waste electricity. Let's turn everything on because it can handle more. So, you know, should we get another battery? Don't know if I want to make that investment. Because the battery is about 200,000 pesos.
That's a lot of money.
Just the battery alone, one battery, 200,000 pesos. That's the vast majority of the cost. So, you know, do we want to invest another 200,000 for something that we really don't need? I don't think so, but we'll consider it down the road. But it's 100% at, say, 6 p.m. when the sun goes down. And you can see that it's not charging the battery anymore because it's dark. We get up in the morning at 6 a.m., 12 hours later, and the battery's still 60% full. And we've been using electricity all night long, TVs, Wi-Fi, lights, refrigerator, basically everything that you use throughout the night, it's only using 40% of the battery. We haven't changed our approach to using electricity at all.
No,
so we know we can get through, you know, no problem. Mm-hmm. And then yesterday during the day, guess what? We had a brownout.
Yeah, that was something.
During the day, we didn't even know it because it switches over so quick. You know, if it was on the grid, it switches over so quick, and you wouldn't even notice. But we were just out and about, and I went outside to take a look at the battery and see if it was still at 100%. And I seen that the trigger was on that what said off grid. So I'll go ahead and do a complete video on how it was installed, how all the components work. Not that I'm an expert at it at all, but I did get a tutorial about how the system integrates and works. There's quite a few settings that you can do, different ways you can approach, and I kind of want to talk through that because the engineer and I kind of disagreed on one thing, very mild disagreement, on should we have the battery first or have the panels handle the load first. So I'll talk through that. So we'll be shooting that video here in the next couple of days. I think it'll be interesting because I've learned a lot about solar. I didn't know much about it at all. Did get somewhat of an education because with this last installer, he was the fifth person, company to come up here to give us a quote. So I went through 5 different, sales pitches, so to speak. So I got some education, but then seeing it being installed and then getting the tutorial on how it all works, I think I know enough to be able to do a decent video.
Yes.
So what do you think about it?
I love it.
Yeah.
It's working great.
Yeah, it works really, really
yes.
good. It's quiet. You don't even hear it run. It's outside. Very, very happy. So we'll do that video here in the next couple of days. Tomorrow, we got to go on the road.
Yes, another busy day tomorrow.
Another busy day, another busy day. So in the morning, we're going to that resort finally, and we're going to video that resort. Remember the Deep Pocket Resort?
2
That's the...
deep pocket.
2 deep pockets. That's the resort that we're going to. So it's for sale. It's in the local area. They asked us to come video it. Our friend Justin is going with us. So we're going to pick Justin up in the morning.
Yes.
And we're going to go ahead and shoot that video and get that done. So, and then in the afternoon, 2 of my friends want this solar system. So I'm going to meet the engineer. And we're going to go ahead and I'm going to show him where they live. They're right around the corner from each other, maybe a mile apart, maybe a mile and a half apart. So I will show the engineer where the 2 gentlemen live, and then he can go and have the conversation. And they're going to get solar put in place with this new company. So stay tuned for the video of the solar. Stay tuned for the video of the resort for sale. And let's get outside and show you our final video on our drainage. What a day today, unbelievable. I mean, it's a really, really nice day. It's got to be a top 10. I'm going to call it a top 10 for today, just because it was blue sky right from the morning. Really no clouds to speak of at all. So I'm going to call it a top 10. The breeze is really nice off the ocean today. Sometimes we get a mountain breeze, sometimes we get an ocean breeze. Today, the breeze is coming from that direction, and it feels real good as it's hitting my face. Hey, take a look at Prince and the boss. Look at his coat. Do you see how black he's getting? I'm giving him 1 raw egg with his night dinner. He eats 3 times a day, and it gets mixed in with his puppy chow. Boy, does he like that egg. He licks it up, right?
Yes.
It's unbelievable. He really, really likes that egg. So he's a growing boy. You guys know we did get his ears cropped, and he got his stitches out today. He's got his final round of shots. He only needed 1 more shot to complete. He got that today. So now just 7 days from now, we'll crop his ears in the upward position, and I'll do a video on that because I already have the posting equipment, and I'll be able to show you how I crop his ears. So let's take a walk. I want to show you first our neighbor. They're starting to build. Very exciting. So I'm going to do a zoom. You see the excavator there? So my understanding is just behind the excavators where the driveway will be this way. And then the house is going to be basically there where the big pile of dirt is. So looking forward to that. Just getting started. Wilma said, "Oh, look at that big pile of dirt. That gives her some old memories." We're not going to say if it's positive or negative. Let's just say it was stressful back then. All right, so we're going to call the drainage complete. All the landscaping around diverting the water off the property, we're going to call it complete. But first, there's the laser beam. I tell you, it's been out all day, and it's been sunny. So you can see that the carabao grass is really filling in nicely. So we're going to go ahead and go down this way and just kind of go over some of the things that E-Cook done for us in the last couple of days. So we're glad this is over. So now that this is over, we can work on some of the other projects. This was kind of lingering out there for a while. So you can see that we extended this. Wilma did not want a trench here. She didn't ask for a trench. She said, "I don't want to look at it." So what we did here, and I don't know if this is going to work, but I wanted to do something because you can see that there's still some water puddle in here, but it's stopping right there. It's no longer going the full length of the garden. So I just had a quick idea, try to think quickly. We just dug down this area right here, deep, 18 inches, a deep hole, and that's where we got a lot of this topsoil. And then we put some large rocks down in there, and then we put the same landscaping rocks on top of that and just packed it all down. So now really this is the area where the water comes, not so much on this side. And it's just going to dump in there. I hope it just dissipates into the garden. And if it does overflow a little bit on a real big storm, it should just seep in. We're thinking we're not going to get any more streaming. So we have to think quick. Hey, there's Prince. Hey, don't be chewing mommy's flowers. So that's project one that he was able to handle for us. Next up was, this has been an eyesore for me for a long time. This was all sand. So he dug down several inches and used that sand to mix all the cement in these areas for the troughs that I'll show you here in a minute. And then we put all topsoil in here. And the way they do it is they call it plugging. They just take carabao grass and they just put some plugs in. And as long as you water this, it'll be fine. It'll just take over. Because now, hopefully, soon, this area will be looking like this area. That's the goal, just to have it all blend together. So that's what we're looking for. Next up was another big one for me, is the rocks in this area. So really did a nice job there. Remember, that was a trip hazard. Remember how far down this came? I mean, it was some areas like 8 inches. So he's got it up, looks like a couple inches higher, which is perfect. So now, and he put a lot of rock in here. Let me show you up here. Look how much he put in this area. A lot. So definitely much cleaner look and safer. So we're happy about that. Take a look at this area. He did some work in here. Really starting to fill in. He shored up some rocks this way, cleaned up this way. So real good worker E-Cook is. He also had time to paint the gate because he had the hose. He was going down cleaning the wall with all the the work that they were doing with digging. Some dirt splashed up against the wall, so he washed the wall. We didn't even ask him. He just came through here and he wiped all this down. And then what I did is I gave him some paint and a brush, and he went through and all the welds that they're starting to look a little rusty. So you just went through and touched them up. You can see what Lin did last week, starting to fill in already. So again, as long as there's some carabao grass plugged in, it'll eventually take over. Because obviously we want everything to look like that. I mean, that's the goal. And then the big project is getting these troughs. So we believe this is going to work out really well. So this is what I was meaning. The rocks was straight across and only about 4 or 6 inches deep, with basically just dirt. And then the weep holes, you've seen them, they're pretty deep. So now we cleaned it all out. We put cement as a trough underneath the weep hole, and then just put clean rock. And you can see that it actually dips down from here. So it's the low point. So we have one there, 2, 3, 4, 5 weep holes, all 3 inches in diameter, going out of the property. And then on the opposite sides, he did the exact same thing. He dug out the dirt and then lined it with stone. We didn't do cement. Lined it with stone and then just filled it with fresh stone. So it should be able to escape. And this is going to be the most important one, because other than rain that hits this area, that just kind of wanders down on its own and will find any weep hole, any water from up there, the most important part, that drains to the fence and then eventually drains down the fence. And it really works. It's tight. I mean, when the water runs here, and you could tell there's no you can see that the grass is right there. There's no tunneling of dirt with the water. The water does go right up against the fence, comes all the way down, and look what's going to happen. It's going to dump right into that hole because it goes down, and then it's all cleaned out on that side. So we'll see how it works, but we're calling it complete, right?
Yes, finally.
So this project is done. Prince is doing well. He's always following us around. We're working with him. He's sitting. He's starting to stay. He's really doing a really nice job. Right, Prince? Right, boy? He had his stitches out. We'll talk a lot about ear cropping as I start working on cropping his ears. I want to do a couple videos on that. But he's really a good dog, and I'm really glad, because when we first got him, he had a lot of cuts on him, and I asked the vet. I said, "Is that from his sisters fighting, and they just kind of bite each other a little bit?" He said some of them look like that was it, but a lot of them was pressure sores from being in that cage. He showed me on his hips. And in his front elbows, because they're in such a small cage, and there was pressure on the skin and bone, where the hair kind of went away and just kind of created a problem. Hey, you better go talk to him. He's digging. We do not want him to be a digger. So we've been working with it. He said put petroleum jelly on the spots, and we did that, and it's all starting to heal nicely. A lot of the smaller ones that was on his back is gone already, so we're happy about that. So definitely, hey Prince, come on. Oh, he wants to eat that watermelon?
It's not ready yet. It's small. Come on.
He's a handful. Definitely a handful. 99% of the time, he stays up there. He only comes down here to go to the bathroom, which he's doing better. He was going on the concrete. We got him fixed. He doesn't do that no more. But he really doesn't come down here. 99% of the time, he's up here. And if you guys know Dobermans, they don't bark much. Very rarely. Matter of fact, we didn't really hear him bark at all. The other night, he was out. I think he was over on that side, just hanging out. Oh, there he is. He's doing the stairs. Go ahead and walk up. He'll walk right up. There you go, Rory. I didn't stage this. She just said it's her step to nowhere. She's been using it. You know, now that we got all these rocks, we don't want to mess them up. So she's been using the stairs. So there you go, Rory. But the other night, it was dark. And Wilma's mom was feeding Sandy. And she went out the back door and came down here, and it was dark. And I happened to come out of the slider, and I sat down in a chair. And Prince was there, just walking on the 2-meter overhang. And Leonarda, Wilma's mom, walks very slow. So she was walking up here very, very slow. And I seen her, but I couldn't see her face because it was dark. And all of a sudden, Prince seen someone walk up the driveway. And he started growling. I mean, growling loud. And then he started barking. And so that goes to show you that he's got that instinct to protect the house. But he basically stays, and he does his business here a lot. We got him trained not to go in this area, not to go into concrete. So he's been going here, which is fine. We can clean it up, no problem. But I think he's going to be a real good protector of the home. And I've been working with him every day, 15, 20 minutes at a time. He can now, he comes, he stays, he sits. He's doing really, really good. Right, boy? Look at that coat. Really, really black. Starting to get shiny. But he's a handful. He has almost unlimited energy. And it's real important to play with him and get him tired out a little bit. But the thing is, I get tired way before he does. That's the problem. I get tired way before. I try to run down to the gate and he doesn't see me. Then he'll run down and then I'll try to run back up and back and forth. I try to tire him out a little bit before we start doing any training. So what I mean by that, like 15, 20 minutes worth of running around. And then I start his training. It seems like he pays attention more. We have one chew toy for him. It's really only a rope that we found in the downtown store. And I ordered some proper chew toys because he's definitely teething on Shopee. A rawhide type and then a regular synthetic meant especially for teething that he can hold on to with his paws. So that should be here in a week. So he's a spoiled boy. That's why he's named Prince. Look at the belly. He's not skinny no more. Remember when he was here the first day? You could see his ribs so easy. Not anymore. We're feeding him well. Look how long he's getting. I think he's going to be a big boy. So that's our update, guys. We're calling the landscaping complete. We'll still add flowers and they're still going to be planting different vegetables and stuff. But I'm talking about the normal landscaping, trying to divert water, thinking it through, trying to improve water flow. I believe we did everything that we can. You guys know how important that is to me. And it should be very important to anyone building a house. So we're going to call this done. So now we can start focusing on some new projects and some new type of videos that we're getting ready to shoot.